In news from Jamaica, legislators have passed a very critical piece of legislation. The lower house on Tuesday approved the long-anticipated DNA bill that has been in gestation for over 5 years. Under the new law, police officers are now authorized to take DNA samples from persons being investigated for a crime. The bill also proposes the establishment of a national DNA registry. In commenting on the bill, opposition spokesman on security Derek Smith noted that several lawyers have raised concerns about the collection of DNA evidence from persons only suspected of committing a crime.
For example, they have noted, the lawyers that is, that the bill allows for the taking of samples from persons suspected of criminal offenses by reasonable force if necessary for forensic testing, that this could be unconstitutional. They are concerned that an accused person's right not to incriminate himself is being infringed by these provisions. However, Mr. Speaker, I'm not a lawyer. We have one of the best constitutional lawyers in the country on this side of the House, and who will make a contribution subsequently, and those ignorant persons on that side will get the benefit of his great legal mind.
In response, National Security Minister Peter Bunting explained that the government had researched the concerns expressed by some members of the legal fraternity. He also noted that proper protocols will be followed as it relates to the proper handling and storing of DNA samples.
The Court of Appeal in England, the European Court of Human Rights, and courts in the United States have held that the taking of bodily samples does not breach the right against self-incrimination because the right does not apply to real evidence samples. And if I go further and quote from Supreme Court of the United States reasoning around this, where they recently had to consider whether the law that authorized using a cheek swab to take a DNA sample of a person arrested was unconstitutional. And by a majority decision, the Supreme Court of the United States held that the respondents' expectations of privacy were not offended by the minor intrusion of a brief swab of his cheeks. And further, that DNA identification of arrestees is a reasonable search that can be considered part of a routine booking procedure.